Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to work on the black Scrambler today. We've got some stuff that we need to wrap up on this thing, just kind of some odds and ends. And we're going to get this thing out here quick. So we got a few things that we need to wrap up. Get a front driveline installed, get the belly pan cut, get the steer stops set, get some leaf spring add leafs in the front, that kind of thing. So I'm going to get on this thing and try to get a few things done before it gets to be too blazing hot here. So stay tuned, follow along. So first order of business is we're going to put some half doors on this thing. We got 2-year-old Mallory that likes to play. She loves to play in the trucks and the cars and the Jeeps and stuff. So she gets in here and we worry about her falling out. So these are some best top super doors that I have from my super top from my Scrambler, my white one. So and I've got the Wrangler half doors on mine now, so we're gonna put these super doors, these half doors on this guy and get them adjusted up so they close proper. So that'll help her out. Okay, this is super easy. They just drop, they just have these dowels that drop in the door hinge pins, and then you just slide these over and you see if you're lined up. But we are well above being lined up on this guy, so I'm gonna have to undo this guy here, and I believe there's another nut in this upper one here, and then kind of tweak this frame and tighten it back up to get these lined up. So let's get to that. So as it turns out, there's not a bolt above here, so you loosen this one, it kind of loosens up the 3 pivot areas here, and you can lower it down. See this, I've got the driver's side done and on, but this one's suffering the same fate. See how the latch is too high for the striker pin? So I've got to undo that bolt, flex this thing down, don't be afraid to get on this thing and bow this door frame down too. Just grab it and hang on it a little bit to get your striker lined up. But that's all it takes. We'll get these things done and move on to the next project. All right, doors are all done. They don't quite line up here because I think these hinges are kind of mounted funky, but they open and close just fine, so we're gonna call that a day. We're gonna move on to these leaf springs. These are YJ factory leaf springs on the spring over, and they're so soft with this 350 V8 sitting on them that they reverse arc under load of the suspension. And so I'm gonna throw a couple more leaves in them to stiffen them up a little bit and give this thing a little less squish, if you will. So steering will be a little better responsive, and we won't have the reverse arc in these leaf springs. So I have another set of YJ springs here that I'm taking apart at the moment here. So I just cut those spring center pins out, letting things cool down a little bit, and I'll see if I can get these apart without spreading the little clamp hanger things there. If I have to do that, we'll have to heat them back up and bend those straight out, but whatever, we'll get on to that. We'll get to adding a leaf and setting the steer stops on this thing. Okay, got these guys taken apart. There's the 2 springs that I want to put in. The one just below the main and the one just below that. I think they'll stiffen this thing up and not give it much more lift. So we'll try that first and we'll go from there.
Okay guys, so giving you an update. We did this side already and we totally spaced on filming it, so we're gonna try our best to get this side filmed. And so right now we pull the tire off, so we cut that center bolt so we can separate the springs, put those leaves in it, and we can add our leaf springs. So yeah.
All right. Man, we should have done the other side this way because we were about done with this side, and we're about 30 minutes in. And that's good because it's what, almost 100 degrees? What's it? Let's give you an update on the temperature here. My temperature is right here. So in the shop, what is that reading? Just over 100. So it's 100 degrees out here in the sun for sure.
Or maybe even more.
So we're gonna weld the bracket, the brake bracket on the frame right there, and get the steering hook back up, hang a tire on this, put the shackle back on it, and we'll be done with this here project for today. We can go home and
Already home.
go inside and get warm.
Cool. Get cool, not warm.